welcome back to our channel.
Today we're going to tell you how to do Hanami, which is a cherry blossom viewing party in Japan.
So let's do Hanami like Japanese do.
Let's do this. Hi, I'm Dustin.
Hi, I'm Akina. So we're going to talk about cherry blossom, right?
Yeah, it's one of the most unique times to visit Japan, but you want to make sure you time it correctly because the cherry blossom season is very short, right?
It's very short. It depending on the year, but it's a matter of 1 week or maybe if you're lucky 2 weeks.
There are different species of the sakura which bloom at different times, but it seems like the most common species is only, like 1 week basically, right?
Yeah, which we call Somei Yoshino.
Okay.
Yes.
Somei Yoshino?
Somei Yoshino.
Wow,
Yes.
didn't know that. But yeah, basically depending on the wind and the rain, like as long as the conditions are perfect, you might get 2 weeks, but usually it's more like 1, right?
Yeah, so that's why we go crazy for the flower.
Yeah, it's an excellent time, and if you go to one of these Hanami parties, which is basically just at any popular park in Tokyo or anywhere in the country, people have a very festive and sort of party-like atmosphere going on. It's really beautiful and really relaxing to sit in the cherry blossoms, right?
Yeah, it's really fun and enjoyable.
Yeah, it's one of the unique experiences in Japan, so if you're gonna do it, you gotta check out the sakura forecast before you do. They basically issue this map of the country, which is done by, I don't know, various government organizations? Meteorological studies. I don't know, but basically they're done through various sources and they make them a few months ahead of the actual season, right?
Yeah.
But they tend to revise the map as time goes on. Now, of course, like the climate, depending on where you are in Japan, changes. So usually the sakura happens much earlier in like Okinawa.
Maybe in late February.
Wow. But then when you get to actually like Hokkaido, which is the coldest area of Japan, that is like, when is that? Like May?
Yeah, even May.
Okay.
But in Tokyo, it's usually around late March to really early April. If you wanted to see cherry blossom viewing, then maybe you should try to accommodate these time of the year. So I guess many tourists are coming to Tokyo and we live in Tokyo anyway, so we might as well give you some examples of where to go.
Excellent idea, boss. So I think one of the top locations to go is Yoyogi Park.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a big party atmosphere, right?
Yeah. Like, it's really convenient to go from Harajuku or Shibuya, so it's kind of really accessible.
Yeah.
Also, it attracts many people, so it's kind of like really crowded in the park.
Yeah.
So many groups in one park, and there isn't too many empty places, so it looks like a big, huge party going on in the park.
Yeah, it's very fun. You can see a lot of people really enjoying it, and the trees there are quite nice, and they do have like grass to sit on, which some parks don't. So this is like a very picnicky park, but you still have that party vibe, so I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, and there's no like baggage checking or like no forbid like banning drinks.
Yeah, some parks ban drinking. So.
Yeah, so that's more like kind of a carefree one.
Yeah.
The second is Ueno Park, which isn't really our favorite.
Yeah, it's not our favorite. I was there before, not really to do Hanami, just to walk around and see the cherry blossoms. They have nice trees there, but they don't have like a good grassy area. So it is close to Ueno, which is nice, but I think, like, I personally don't think it's one of the best ones. It is very popular though. So.
Yep. So it's one choice.
It's one choice.
So next is our favorite, which is
Shinjuku Gyoen. This is an awesome place. I actually hadn't gone for a few years while I was living in Japan. I just never really got around to it. It always seemed to be getting to closing time when I was arriving there, so I wasn't able to go. But this park, Shinjuku Gyoen, is like actually really amazing. It's really well maintained. It has beautiful trees and like it's just a perfect park, I think.
It also gives you a nice contrast of like nature and a modern Tokyo.
Yeah, you can see the Shinjuku skyscrapers from there, but you're also kind of in a natural area.
Yeah,
So-
and they do have good cherry blossoms too, so it's a good place to go. But the downside is not only the time, right? It's about that they don't allow you to drink in the park.
Yeah, I guess some people have taken alcohol in, even though you're not supposed to. I've heard that some people have taken alcohol in their bag. They do check your bags when you go in, but I've heard that some people have managed to get alcohol in there anyway. Luckily, I don't know any people like that. But the park is really nice. There is a small admission fee. It's like, what?
Just a couple hundred yen.
Yeah, a couple hundred yen. It's a really amazing park. It's massive, and I think it's great. So I can't wait to go again this year. But if you go, it's open from when? 9 to 5:30?
Yes.
And if you want to go during the peak time, especially on a weekend day, there's probably going to be a massive line, which brings us up to the next point.
So, the next point, right? Which is be there early.
Yeah, you want to get there early. Even if you're going to a place like Ueno or Yoyogi Park, which is open all the time, some people stake out their spot real early. They want to get that best location.
Maybe even a night in the night.
Yeah, and they kind of put their blanket down, that just magically marks their territory somehow. How does that even make sense? Can I put my blanket up a week ahead of time then?
Yeah, probably you can.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but anyway, people do that. And even though there's a big enough area that you can enjoy it no matter what, it's kind of something where you want to get in early. Especially when you're going to the park that we like, Shinjuku Gyoen.
Yeah, or any other parks which has a gate.
Yeah.
Then you should go earlier.
Yeah, in the case of Shinjuku Gyoen, because you're going in, there's only one gate and you have to pay, and they check your baggage. Basically that creates a bottleneck where it takes a while. What time did we go last year? I think we went around 11 a.m. or something.
Yeah, 11 a.m.
Maybe 11 or 11:30 a.m., but there was a huge line. It was pretty annoying. We ended up getting through fine, but it just kind of added to the time.
So we would recommend to go get there before noon, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, wait a minute. We got there before noon. That wasn't good enough. Maybe we recommend getting there around 10:30ish. What do you think?
Yeah, so the next tip is get your drinks and food on the way or near your home.
Yeah, or wherever you're staying, if you're at an Airbnb or whatever. The point is, if you go to a convenience store next to the park or in the park, which some of them have, it's going to have massive lines. It's going to be really hard to get what you want.
Yeah, people always have the same thought. We can have things just around nearby, convenient, and then you can find yourself in a queue.
Yeah, so get the alcohol at the convenience store, or you can go to a department store where you can get foods and alcohol. That's what we usually do.
Yep.
We go to the department stores in Shinjuku. What are those places called? The ones that are downstairs with all the food options? What do you call that?
We call depachika.
Depachika. That's like a shortening of department store and what? What's Chica?
Chika.
Chica.
Basement.
Okay. So department store basement.
Yeah.
So go downstairs to that basement, get yourself some food. You can get some alcohol too. And you also, of course, want to bring a blanket of some sort to sit down, because it really isn't a picnic without a blanket, right?
Yeah. And during Hanami season, department stores usually offer a nice bento boxes for Hanami, so that could be good for your eyes too.
Good for your eyes. It's got vitamins or something.
I meant eye feast for your eyes.
Visually appealing. Okay, got it.
So you quickly mentioned that you should get a blanket to do a picnic. So speaking of chairs, I would recommend to bring your kind of heavy jacket for Hanami picnic.
Okay. Why is that?
Because this time of the year is certainly warmer than winter, but it's still kind of a bit too chilly to like stay out for like a couple of hours on the cold ground, and you get really cold after for a while.
It's kind of a weird time of year. Some years I've been there and it's been warm enough that you could have a short sleeve shirt on. Other years, like this year, we're having like today is a warm day, then the next day is a cold day, warm day, cold day, so like you never know when the day comes that you're gonna actually go. It might end up being a little cold. So yeah, you better just dress warm and be prepared for the temperature to go down.
Yeah. Like especially a girl is coming who is wearing like a skirt or something, then maybe you might want to think about bringing actual blanket to like
Bring a blanket, baby.
Yeah.
And you got some other thing you got in Japan, which is basically
heat pack.
Yeah, the heat pack thing.
Yeah, you can get this heat pack to stick on your back from a convenience store, and that keeps you really warm.
Yeah, what's that thing called again?
Hokkaido.
Hokkaido. So basically this thing, don't put it directly on your skin, you gotta put some like clothing.
On the clothes,
yeah, clothing layer. You put that thing on and it keeps your body a little bit warmer. Now the other option you have besides going to the Hanami during the day is to actually do a nighttime Hanami viewing session. What do you call that?
We call it Yozakura, which is like sakura in the night.
Okay, Yozakura.
Yozakura.
So basically this is a time where you're not really picnicking per se, but you're just checking out the cherry blossoms. And a lot of these parks, not all of them, but some of the parks have lights on the sakura. So you can see them at night and it's very cool.
Yeah, like somewhere like called Meguro River, which is actually not really a park. They usually do lights up, which is romantic.
Yeah, although I don't know how romantic it is because there's going to be a million people like trying to take a night photo of those things. No, it's not me. She's the one that does that stuff.
No.
Yeah, you're the night photography expert.
No, I was thinking like this romantic person.
Okay. It's not the most romantic because like there's a lot of people there, but it is cool to see at night. That's just a different way to experience the Hanami thing. I would say it's pretty nice, but definitely for me, I prefer the daytime.
So, next one is kind of special way to do Hanami, which is...
This is the Sumida River Booze Cruise. Now we've done some booze cruises before in the Tokyo Bay, but at this time of year they actually have a booze cruise where you can take a boat. What do you call those boats again?
Yakatabune.
Yakatabune. It's like a kind of small boat, a Japanese boat. It's really cool.
Yeah, the inside is like a tatami mat kind of thing.
Yeah. And you're at pretty low, like the water level is pretty low to the boat. You got a nice cozy atmosphere. And these cruises are usually all you can eat and all you can drink. And you take one of those cruises up the Sumida River and they actually take you past some cherry blossoms, which is cool. So you might want to check that out. But the actual final option you can do is instead of overthinking which particular park you're going to go to, you could actually just go to any random park you see because there's cherry blossom trees like all over Japan, many parks everywhere. I've been to some parks like in Chiba and other places where like they're not well known, but they're really beautiful. So just because a place isn't popular doesn't mean it's not a good place. If it looks good, you can go there and enjoy it just as well as any of these other places.
Yeah, it's kind of like how actually Japanese people do Hanami. Just go to a park really nearby which has good cherry blossom and bring maybe like homemade bento or like sandwiches with and bring some like tea or booze and just do it like and enjoy being out and enjoy the season. So that's the best way to do the Hanami for Japanese, I guess.
Yep, so that's all our ideas, but if you have any other questions about how to do Hanami, please leave them down below. Or if you want to check out some of our previous videos, you can check out our video about the private onsen experience, Or you can check out our video about can Japanese people read Chinese script.
So, as always,
Thanks for watching this video, everybody. Why don't you leave a comment? Let us know what you think.